This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Squarespace.
Of course, Fox News Channel, they had some kind words for the president's speech at the memorial service in Arizona, but they couldn't quite help themselves in taking a couple of jabs. And the main guy who was going to do it was Brit Hume. First, he's going to talk about how it sounded a little like a pep rally. So let's go to clip number 12.
Just wanted to add that, I think that the president prepared this speech in the expectation that this would be indeed a memorial service. I think it ended up being nothing of the kind. This was much more of a pep rally, and perhaps that is precisely what the people of Tucson and the people of this region needed.
And wanted.
And wanted. And it was really the case that the audience was really in control of the tone of this event. But the audience's reaction to the president and to the earlier speakers, and may I say to some of the earlier speakers as well, set the tone for an event. The president had prepared his speech, I think, to have a certain kind of tone. I think he would have liked it not to go on for 36 minutes or whatever it did, but it was interrupted so repeatedly by applause, but he really couldn't help that.
All right, look, that's as kind as Fox News gets. He says it was the audience mainly, he couldn't help it, but a little jab in there. This is supposed to be a somber moment, and it looked like a pep rally, a little jab. Rush Limbaugh will run with that later, trust me. Okay, but he's not done yet, okay? Now let's go to the next clip where he has another kind of little jab to Obama. Let's watch.
And I kept thinking this week, that he was going out on Wednesday. Wednesday's just a couple of days have elapsed, and yet it seems longer somehow to me. It seems almost as this event's a little late. Certainly the mood in that auditorium suggested that the sense of mournfulness that you might have expected and sobriety that you might have expected was not to be found tonight.
No sobriety? And come on, it's so late. A couple of days later. By the way, Glenn Beck said the same thing on his radio show. Now, overall, they're trying really hard to give some positive reviews to the speech because Obama let him off the hook. And he said it wasn't conservatives and no one should blame anyone and it just kind of magically happened, which I don't, obviously, I don't agree with. I understand why Obama said that and had to say it. But so Fox News doesn't mind the speech overall, but they can't help themselves. It's a little late. Should have been more serious, but it's good, it's good, it's good. And then one last one. This one's not directed at the president, but apparently at the opening speech, and I found it the funniest, actually. Let's watch.
The whole thing is attributable in part to the remarkable opening blessing that was delivered by, what was his name?
Carlos
Gonzalez, who by the time it was over with, he had blessed, the reptiles of the sea, and he had prayed to the four doors of the building, and while I'm sure that all has an honorable tradition with his people, it was most peculiar.
Look, I have to be honest, I didn't see Carlos Gonzalez's speech, right? And I don't know if he blessed doors or windows or what he did. He's like, but I love the dismissive attitude that Brit Hume has. I suppose that works with his people, but it was most peculiar. If he had done that at the country club where I go, we would have found it quite peculiar. And then he says, it was his fault for setting the mood, and then the crowd was worked up, and that's why this whole thing was a little off here, when it should have been done many days earlier and should have been much more somber, and it's all their fault, but it's okay, we let him off the hook on this one. Are we not merciful? By the way, later, Phil Davidson was over to say, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell Carlos Gonzalez I'm coming. Changing it up a little bit. New sponsor at the Young Turks, Squarespace. They help you build websites. They've got 24/7 support, and they've built some of the largest websites in the world.
They have an iPhone app, so you can edit your website on the go.
TYT promo code, 10% off for the life of your order. Squarespace.